again. Hello everyone who's all in here today. Y'all were quiet today during the waiting period. It was so exciting to show up last week and y'all were starting to have a conversation already and all that stuff. So who's all in here tonight so far? How is everyone's evenings going on? So nights, let's go with evenings. Yay, there's Truck. Can I tell your boss that you're busy and that, you know, you should be paid and you should still get the time off to watch? I will speak to your boss for you, I promise. And there's Sean and there's Matt. Yay. Lots of familiar names so far. So glad you guys could all make it tonight so far. Oh, busy day. For me, anyway, there's Dante. Yay, hello. Ah, this is fantastic. Yes. So, because y'all like to essentially torture me, in a good way, I appreciate it. The more talking, the better. But I came prepared this time. I got me tea and honey, because I don't want to die today. Seriously, Chuck, send me his number, or her number. I will have a discussion of you need these 2 hours to engage with other people in your community for your mental well-being. So it is paid time off, and it's only on Saturdays. I will have that talk with them. I don't have any medical degree behind any of these words. I've talked to a lot of doctors. Does that count? I don't know. Oh, hi, Brandon. So glad you can make it. Yay. New people. Yay. That always makes me happy. Love it when whether you catch it live or afterwards, you know, obviously I prefer live because that way I can chat with you guys. But, you know, either way, I'm good. See, we listened to Potato Bronx. Did you bring to Potato Bronx treats? That's what he wants. Probably a big hunk of like roast beef or something. Pork loin. I don't know what he prefers, but yes. Potato Bronx is also here on the screen with us. You notice him down there. He's still asking for belly rubs. Hopefully, you know, y'all enjoy. He was so far the hardest one for me to draw so far. Mostly because usually I just have them standing there, wings, whatever, and face. With Bronx is like, wait, where do I position everything so that, you know, when he's laying down, it makes sense. 6-day work weeks are getting a little, no, see, Truck, see, so here's the other thing. Okay, fine, 6 days a week, fine, but only 6 hours a day. I will talk to your boss about that too. It's like, no, that's fine. Truck can work 6 days a week. That's fine, but it's only 6 hours a day. That is a maximum here. Ready to use No Neck Brooklyn image to diffuse the situation. Wait, where is he? I still have him here somewhere. I don't know where I hid it. Where is No Neck Brooklyn? Is it here? Boom. Oh god, the stuff of nightmares. And this is why if you watched my review on Broadway, this was like, I'm a little sad that his jaw doesn't open, and then as soon as I said that I realized, oh god, what if we ended up with this? I don't want another we don't need a no neck Broadway. No. Bronx gets all the treats because he is the goodest boy. Greg, hey! Oh, so glad Greg has made it in. He is a big name in the Gargoyles community. I am intimidated by this man. But big shout out to this guy. He has been involved in the Transformers, in the Gargoyles community since I re-entered it. Since essentially I got internet and could converse with other Gargoyles fans. So shout out to Greg. And also, if you guys have not heard about it or whatever, oh my god, I am blanking on. Greg, please don't be mad at me right now. I'm having such a like major brain fart. It's been a long, long day, and I'm having just one of those. Hold on. Voices from the Eyrie. It clicked right before I looked at it. If you guys have not heard about the Voices from the Eyrie podcast, go check it out. Greg is one of the hosts. He usually he has the other Greg Weissman on his show pretty much every episode. Other special guests, they go deep delving into the episodes. So yes, do go check that out if you have not. What episode are you guys on? Like, I try to keep track, and then it's just like, pooh, because I have 20 other things going on. Let's see. Oh, we have Aaron on the latest one, I believe. No, wait, that was from August. Was that the last show that you guys did? You retweet too much stuff. I'm trying to find your bloody episodes. Yes, August 14th. So yeah, they have Aaron Weissman Robinson and Greg Weissman. So yes, father-daughter. And they are discussing cloud fathers. So at this point, that's how, yes, Jennifer, aka Crazy Demona, I believe her screen name is. Beautiful. They ask great questions. I did want to ask you, Greg, though, because I haven't seen this. You guys have your questions set out anyway, so obviously not a thing. But is there ever going to be a point in time if you guys will take viewer questions as something to do, like once you run through all the episodes, as kind of essentially a mini Ask Greg? Granted, you guys get to vet everything, but I think that would be interesting. We just posted Cloud Fathers a few weeks ago. We have been on a hiatus for a bit, but we're hoping to get Ill Met by Moonlight recorded soon. So guys, there's something to look forward to. I'm so far behind on the episodes. But essentially I cannot sit down and just listen. It is very difficult. I have to be somewhere where I can't do anything else. So, I have to be stuck on a plane for 3 hours listening to a podcast because I can't do anything else. I have to stand in line for some podcast because I can't do anything else. Those kind of situations, like I can't divert anywhere else. Podcast. So I am so far behind. Even podcast is like, oh, this person's going to be on. Like, I'm a big fan of this. I cannot sit down and listen. Podcasts have never been my thing. The auto industry is insane. Oh, you're in the auto industry. What part of the auto industry, Truck? I just started. I'm catching up and listening to Legion episode 19. Sean needs to catch up too. A mini ask. Yeah, see, just like a quick, because you guys get to vet it anyway. So I know you do on Ask Greg, so he doesn't have to see, repeated or stupid questions. So I figured just because, due to your podcast, people are learning new things, and I'm hoping that, again, with my channel, people are learning new things. So if a question comes up that essentially neither one of us can actually answer because it's a Greg question or something, that it's like, hey, because it's, things we're finding out about these episodes that we've never heard of. So Omega Roth. Yes. Hi, Omega Roth. Sorry. The brain, the eyes, nothing wants to work today. It's been a longer day than usual for me. And plus I had to stop at 2 malls today. So brain is just like, no, when's nap time? And I never got nap time because it never hit. So unfortunately, that's going to be me today. I'm going to be very derpy today. The eyes are going to just go fuzzy on reading comments today. I had a question for everybody, because this has been bothering me since I cracked her open, and I haven't been able to bloody well get it. And so now, since I have live people that you guys can't really cut away from me, how do you open this? Like, I've tried this bloody thing. I'm afraid of breaking it because every time I get it partially open and then it just stops, and then I got to put too much force. And then I get scared of it, and it's, go away, Sean. It's not nice. Why would you rub that in my face? I'm tired, and you're saying no. But I've not been able to open this, and it frustrates me. So, somebody help. Somebody help me. Should I just dunk it in water? I don't know. Nap time never comes soon enough. See, last week it was okay because I woke up stupid early. And after I had done everything, I managed to get tired early enough where I could get in a nap and then do whatever I needed. But this week it was just, oh, you woke up at, your usual time. No, you're fine. You'll just be really tired. And no, I just want to lay down for 15 minutes. You open that very carefully and it doesn't seem to open all the way. So I'm kind of in the same. Yeah, no, when it comes to, like that's all I can get. Like it's sad and pathetic how little that's it. I know people have gotten it open, but that I want Demona to read the dang Grimorum. I got heartburn from some pizza, so you got your event. You know what? That works for me, Sean. That works for me. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. No, I'm sorry that you faced some heartburn. That hasn't been a thing that I've experienced. Knock on wood. I hope this desk is made of real wood. I never want to experience it because I've heard how awful it sounds. So no, and plus as an Italian, if I start getting heartburn from things that people have told me give them heartburn, I'm just gonna cry. It's like, oh yeah, pizza. No, I need this in my life. If I don't have carbs, I die. Like, no. I live off, I am just carbs. If I don't consume carbs, that's it. No, carbs and, yeah, that's about it. To add to the request that you, let's just say this, you are doing terrific work. Oh, very well researched. I don't recall once when I watched a video and thought, oh, thank you, Greg. Like, I know I'm one of the few, I don't want to say I'm one of the few. I know there's tons of us, but I know I'm one of the few that does the research and then puts it out online with a face behind it, not just a screen name and a profile picture and whatever. So I know I'm one of the few doing this. So to hear a person who, controls the Gargoyles wiki and you're not going, oh, that's wrong. Thank you. I appreciate that. Considering the scripts are fun to write, but sometimes I almost dropped the girl. Sometimes I just kind of sit there going, why is the script taking me so long? It's, oh, I made it 5 pages long. I can't. Then I have to whittle down. Like, I don't want to, I try to keep the videos 8-10 minutes max because I know it can get tedious for some people. I can watch a video for half an hour and whatever, but I know everyone's not weird like me. So I try to keep it around 8 minutes-ish, and that requires, depending on how I write my script, about 2 pages, give or take. So when I end up with like 5, I'm like, where did I over-explain something? So it takes me twice as long to do a script. I once listened to a podcast where the host said Ed Asner is dead. He died a long time ago when Ed was still alive and working. How do you get something like that wrong? Like, I understand maybe getting a date here and there, wrong, or just like, but someone's, like, I know there's a lot of fake deaths that come out with celebrities every now and then, every few years, but that's when I said, maybe we need a Gargoyles podcast with hosts who know what's what. And hence, Voices of the Eries Voices from the Eerie, oh my God, came to be. So yes, that you guys have been doing that since 2021, I want to say. You guys got a couple years on me. For me, it was just, there is no Gargoyles YouTube channel. And I love the show. I like talking about it, hence why I have some really weird topics that I talk about that, again, I know most people don't care about, but I'm just like, this is awesome. This is fascinating. Like the whole, Gargoyles, Atlantis crossover. Like, how many times do you hear that that the shows are going to cross over before the crossovers were a thing? We've seen crossovers in comics for forever, but 90s cartoons, 90s movies, crossovers, and apparently no one really finds that interesting. Like, go figure. We started in late 2021, recorded before the first NECA figure was announced. That's what I remember, because I was just recently listening to the episode you guys did between Awakening Part 5 and Thrill of the Hunt, because my reviews are very much behind, so I'm re-listening to everything. And yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, the Goliath figure still hasn't come out. That's why it's like, oh yeah, we saw pictures. I'm like, wow, this is how long it's been going on. We struck with the iron was heating up. I should have done that, and I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't start back then. But also I was living in an apartment and I didn't really have recording space. It's hard to do anything when you've got the building's garage right under you, because you're the first floor, so every time it opens and closes, it gets picked up. You've got the door to the building right down the hall, and that can be heard from your apartment. You can hear your neighbors opening and closing their doors from your... It was impossible to record. So like if I needed to do like a 5-minute thing, okay, fine, easy enough. And plus it's, oh, you could hear a noise during recording, you could just pause and then jump right back, you know, that sort of thing, and edit it out. But for long form stuff that I do, that was, and especially if you're trying to record in the evening and everyone's coming home, or you try to record in the morning and everyone's going, nope. Were you in the audience for the live podcast at Convergence? I was. Oh, thank you. I'm hoping I've built something. I know I get, you know, subs every day, but I'm just trying to, I'm trying to get the word out, because essentially I'm trying to get people to buy the comics. I know I started this before the comic. Did I start this before the comics came out? No. I don't even remember my own timeline. But yeah, it's to, the more people who remember Gargoyles, because then you can go, hey, the comics are a thing, and then hopefully they buy the comic, and again we keep that going. Disney goes, oh, this is a profitable franchise, and maybe we get Time Dancer. Maybe we get the other spin-offs that other people like. I'm hoping for Time Dancer. I know people are hoping for Gargoyles 2198. I know people are hoping for Pendragon. Guys, if we keep buying the comics, and this is why I say get more people involved. So if there's, you know, a month where you can't afford the comics, somebody else essentially takes your place, because there'll be more of us. And Disney will keep letting Greg write if it's profitable for them. Money talks. Then there's that whole, I started to collect He-Man Origins figures. I hope they cross over with the Gargoyles like they are doing with TMNT and Thundercats. Speaking of crossovers, that would be cool. Like, I like the He-Man characters. I like the toys. I just don't collect them. I do have Sorceress. I do have her figure. That was I don't even want to call it a re-release of the original one. And I have her pop figure, and could have sworn I had something else from Sorceress. No, I have 2 of the original toy. I had the original when I was a kid, and then it just vanished. I think the fact that a crossover with Fantastic Four is happening shows how well these comics are doing. Not only Fantastic Four, we're getting the crossover with Darkwing Duck. Like, come on. This is like, it is a good time to be a Gargoyles fan right now. We are getting, it was great starting in 2021 with the NECA figures coming out, but now that the NECA figures are no more currently, I will keep saying currently until we get official word that they're done. I'm going to say they're on a very long hiatus. But, you know, so we're getting the Mondo figures, we're getting the PCS figures, we're getting, I know there's another company that's making statues, and I'm blanking on them right now. We're getting the comics, we're getting crossovers with other, because Darkwing Duck, as much as I don't want to, but Darkwing Duck I think was slightly more popular than Gargoyles, just because again of the type of show it was. Gargoyles was darker and it seemed a little bit more mature, whereas Darkwing Duck was more kiddish, good, but a little bit more that fun type, you know. So the fact that we're getting crossovers with those big name franchises, Gargoyles is doing well. Show with your wallet that you like it. Unfortunately, money is the only thing that talks with these companies. I work at a shop and I try to push the book whenever people ask what they should read. Exactly, Brendan. When I picked up the little golden book, the woman working at the bookstore was like, that she had forgotten all about Gargoyles. She's like, I didn't know they were still making stuff. I'm like, no, it's a new thing. They've got comics. They've got I pushed it lightly. Also told her about the channel because yes. And yeah, so hopefully that starts, another thing. I know when I was at Anthrocon, I was pushing the comics since a number of furries watched the show but weren't aware of the comics. A lot of people, comics are popular with a certain number of the population. It's the weirdest, like, obviously TV and movies are easier for people to reach, which is kind of weird because now trying to watch TV, you have to get one of the streaming services, and movies, either you get the streaming service and rent it or buy it from them, or you have to go to a theater, and theaters aren't cheap. So comics are like the cheapest way to get people interested in something, but comics don't seem to be that popular in terms of, hey, here's your franchise that you really like, and it's in comic book form, and no one seems to know. Yeah. It's one of those things of, it looks like Disney's not pushing hard on the marketing. I don't know how that works, but that's where it falls to us. We got to get the word out. Especially parents looking for things for their kids. A few of the parents will get excited and talk about how they used to watch. Yes, see, that's the thing. People from, heck, it's really any age. But since it aired in 97, so as young as 30 probably, and up, are the people who are having kids, and we need to remind them, hey, by the way, yeah, Gargoyles, remember that, your childhood, and remind them comics so that they can enjoy it with their kids. They are more likely to buy into something if it's something A, that they liked as a kid, and B, can share it with their kids now. That I have enough friends who have kids and they're pushing the Transformers on them. Your videos are great. I was also missing Gargoyles content. The comics are pretty great too. Thank you, Omega Roth. I wanted to wait for the trades for the stories that came out, but might digitally pick up the single issues till they come out, picking up Demono. Yeah, see, that's the other problem. And I get it. And I've partially, no, have I done this? No, I haven't. I've had the thought of doing it. No, I did it backwards, I think. I don't know what I did. This was like back when SLG was doing the comics. I think I found the trade paperbacks first, and so I obviously grabbed them, and then I found the individual issues. So, but again, at that point, I think it was a lost cause, that because SLG was done. Last run, whatever, you were essentially lucky to find the issues or anything. I understand wanting the trade paperbacks because at least there, it's everything. You can just sit there and read it. That's how I prefer to read the comics. I like to just one page after another. I want the whole story in one sitting. 2 sittings if it's too long, whatever. But yes, like to be able to do it all in one sitting. And the issues don't allow for that because it's 1 per month. So I get that part. But it's the double-edged sword, because if you wait for the trade paperback, then Disney sees, if enough people wait for the trade paperback, Disney goes, oh, look, there's no one buying the comics. Sure, we'll release the trade paperback, but then that's it. Or it's like, I think they'll always release the trade paperback unless it does bad enough, and they don't. I don't, how they decide, whatever. But the thing is, if too many people wait for just the trade paperback, then essentially sales are low and they don't continue the story. That's what tends to happen. The Demona comic has been terrific. Number 3 was, well, Dark, good to know, because unfortunately my comic book shop has not contacted me to let me know that my Demona comics are in. I am very sad. And it really sucks because I was in the area and I could have stopped, but I'm like, I didn't get a phone call. Do I go in? Do I not? So I will wait, and also I have to send them an email with all the for Demona #4, and of course the Fantastic Four crossovers. I still have to bug them for that, so we're forgetting to bug each other. One of the toy collector YouTube channels that I follow displayed his NECA Goliath hanging off the side of the Castle Grayskull like he was about to take flight. That's the only reason why I want a Castle Grayskull. If I can't get Castle Wyvern, because that's going to be hard to find, they are releasing Castle Grayskull over and over and over and over again. I'll take that and just stick Goliath on that. Yeah, comics are still selling very well based on what I've been hearing. I'm not hearing anything, but it's good to hear that they're still selling well. The book is in no danger, but more sales always helps. That's the thing. It's just, yeah, just try not to wait for the trade paperbacks. That's all. That's exactly the case. Comics live or die on pre-orders now, and Dynamite's trade paperbacks are very slow to release. I don't do pre-orders through Amazon, because so far the amount of, oh, it's been delayed, oh, it's been canceled, whether it's, right now it's for the comics. I'm hearing it a lot for Transformer stuff over the years. So when it comes to pre-orders, honestly, I would say avoid Amazon. Try and just get the pre-order from your local comic shop if you can. First of all, you're supporting a local shop. In Canada, the States, it really doesn't matter. Always support local. I will always push for that. And yeah, just support. That way you're not only supporting local, you're supporting the comic as well. I know during the SLG run, I didn't have any comic shops that were local that carried SLG. Dang. I was lucky. I was close enough. I lived close enough to Toronto that I could not essentially drive in whenever I wanted, but it was, oh, hey, yeah, grab a bunch of friends. We're all going to go to Toronto and wander the city, you know, once a month. It's not a video with me unless the camera shakes. We know this. If Dynamite made a version of Gargoyles in manga size format, I could see that sparking interest with the younger generation, possibly. Honestly, I would be fine with... It'll never happen. But I actually wouldn't be against essentially a manga-ized version of Gargoyles for a run. I know it's not going to match up with anything else, but I wouldn't mind. But yeah, maybe just at least in the size, that would be, I don't know. I don't try to understand what the youth wants. I was a youth and I didn't understand what the youth wanted. Hopefully this is not inappropriate, but Bridget Bacco is launching her podcast on Monday. It's called Lies My Vagina Told Me. Okay, so we're getting a little past the PG rating, but there, you know, if you guys are a fan of Angela, or at least her voice actor, she's starting her own podcast, and for any Canadians in there, she is one of us. So go support her, because she's just an awesome all-around person. I got to talk to her at Convergence. She is a delight. So hi, Eric. Hola. This is why I need a new webcam. Always ask your local shop to order the book. Greg made a good point there. When I was ordering the Mega Man comic, I would have gone to my usual comic shop, but they're far from me now. They were local when I lived in my apartment, but they're kind of far. And plus during Free Comic Book Day, because I had been running around town trying to find the Demona comic, the last place I checked managed to have it. But because I was in a rush to get back here and do a review video on it, I wasn't able to drop any cash at the comic book shop. If you can't afford it, don't. But I figured a couple bucks, it supports the local comic shop to make sure that they're open. So when I had a minute, I went back to that comic shop because I was looking at their website, and Mega Man wasn't on their list of comics to order. So I just went to them and was like, hey, can I order this? And they just boop, 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 done. And that way, you know, dropped a couple bucks, supported the local comic shop. And yeah, there's an artist that worked on I think the one I bought, yeah. That I've met them at other cons. They are a delight, so I supported them by doing that. So, hey, we have Kate Ojo back. Today is Batman Day. Hey, what did I miss? Last thing I heard was Virginia. Yep, we're talking about Virginia. Talking about Virginia. Diamond's financial troubles have really impacted your availability of comics. Diamond. The fact that I had to do an update video on that fiasco and guarantee if I went researching, I could do another update. I don't want to do another update video on that because it's just utter nonsense at this point. It's infighting now. It's you owe us this money and this is how we want it back, and Diamond going no. So of course they go to court, and the court then decides yes you're wrong, or no you're wrong, yes you're right, blah blah blah. It's just a lot of back and forth now. So I don't want to get into it. It's boring. It is boring legal BS now. It's one thing where it's like, oh yes, this has dissolved and this company got this. That's one thing. But now it's just bleh, bleh. I grew up in the late 80s and early 90s, so PG can mean almost anything. You know what, Omega Roth? You're not wrong. PG has a wide... The thing is, there was PG and then they added PG-13. And then now they have 14A. So they keep adding stuff. Yeah. I'll go with like, okay, 14A maybe? I don't know. Bridget Bacco is a treasure. I say this with all sincerity. We had her on Voices for Avalon Part 3 and again on the live podcast. Yeah, she's fun. She's so much fun. If she's ever a guest at a convention for whatever, go say hi at the very least. If you don't have the money to get something signed, that's whatever, but go say hi. She's a delight. The amount of chaos, her and Tom Adcox Hernandez sitting together, the chaos from those two. I just stood, I joined in on the chaos with them for like 5 minutes, but chaos, absolute chaos, and it was great. Diamond no longer distributes Gargoyles. Dynamite switched to Lunar. Yeah, it's a lot of things. They're making the switch, so yeah, they've made the switch. It's just, I don't know what the delay is, but Greg, since this is your first time in here, thank you, Eric. So yes, Greg, we started the hashtag Thanks Diamond, kind of like the whole Thanks Obama became just a little joke on the internet. So we do hashtag Thanks Diamond. Anything goes wrong, we just blame Diamond here, and we complain about something and we put hashtag Thanks Diamond. It's our new Thanks Obama. This is when I still lived in Sacramento, and a number of shops closed up right around that time. Wow. Parental guidance, as long as your folks don't freak out. Man, I was watching 90210 when I was like 10. My parents really didn't care. Heck, there was another show that yeah. There was something else that I watched that, you know, now I look back and go, why the heck did you let me watch this? Again, nothing terrible, but it's just like, this wasn't for my age group. Why was I watching this? So BBTS is doing $8 flat rate shipping to Canada. Yes, they are, but the tariffs are still being added. So I don't know what finagling was done. It is great that BBTS has $8 flat rate shipping to Canada. But yeah, it's essentially if you pay the duties, tariffs up front. So when you're just buying it, you don't have to pay it later when your item shows up, and it's $8 flat rate shipping. It also, I don't know if that means BBTS is kind of hurting. I don't know. The thing is with BBTS, things are kind of bleh. Essentially, things are still costing the same whether you buy it from BBTS or you buy it here. Because, yeah, you're still paying everything up front and whatever, and there's the conversion rate. It's essentially go to BBTS if there's something that you can't find up here, and they may be the only ones that have it. That's the only difference. That's the only upside to the $8 shipping. I haven't bought from BTS in a while. Actually, where all my NECA figures came from, essentially. Or Toy Snowman. Or is it Toys Now Man? I don't know. Is it Toy Snowman or Toys Now Man? I know I don't have... I think Truck's the only Canadian I have in here. Truck? Which one is it? Diamond had a monopoly and were so stupid that they blew that. Now it's just incompetence and... I hate monopolies. Canada seems to be the place where monopolies come to thrive. It is awful. I hate it, but monopolies eventually, and everything's slowly becoming a monopoly. Guys, you should just see who, like Nestle, how many companies Nestle owns, how many, it's ridiculous. I remember going into a video store and the Matrix, they had the Matrix in an R version and a PG-13 version. I actually watched both of them, didn't see any differences. The thing is, I don't remember the Matrix, so I don't remember how, like, bloody it was. That may have been the thing that they changed. I don't. My parents took me to see Silence of the Lambs in theaters, was 10 or 11. Actually, that one horror movie that I mentioned that I watched with the haunted clock, and now I don't remember what the name of it is. Yeah, I saw that as a teenager. I'm not even, probably like 12, 13, and it's like, what? In the end, the only one who wins in the Diamond Fiasco is the lawyers. Thank you, Truck. I need a truth noise or something to hit. Doesn't get truer than that. It's always, if you go to court, the only people that win are the bloody lawyers. They make good money. They don't always deserve it, but they make good money. So I just pre-ordered Gargoyles Demona 110 art scale limited edition statue by Iron Studios. That was the other company. Iron Studios, my bad. Sorry, Iron Studios. If anyone from Iron Studios is watching, it's literally just brain farts today. Amazing. I want it, but no, not for that money. Just, and once again, I have no space. I'm still trying to figure out my bookcases. No. Luckily, the shelf behind me, you can't really see it. But you can see a little bit of a corner right there, that black shelf. That's holding my NECA figure, so I'm not worried. That's one, again, I stated this, I think when I opened up Goliath. Doing this channel means I was forced to open my figures because I am very much a mint and seal box collector, and I kind of hate myself for it a little bit because, like, I bought this, I need to play with it, that sort of thing. So not only did doing this force me to open my figures, but at least I have a space to put them. Thank you to the people who lived in this house prior to me because they put up that shelf. It worked out nicely. But yeah, I don't. Oh, can I just go to bed now? I'm done. But no. Once I figure out where my current stuff can go, then maybe I'll look at the statues and stuff. I'm more excited about the Mondo because of the pieces that can be exchanged. First of all, Goliath comes with caped wings. He comes with caped wings. I don't know if Mondo looked at NECA and went, we can do better. But again, yes. But anyway. So, because parts are interchangeable, I'm more excited about the Mondo one, because I couldn't tell from the picture whether, you know, arms will be movable. It might be just arms are movable, or just wings can be I don't know. I need Mondo. I need details. Mondo, I need that Goliath. Please to Gib. Okay? Come on, Mondo. I've gained a very quick following. Very decent following in a very quick amount of time. Please, Mondo, send me Goliath. I want to review Goliath and Bronx here first. Please. Anyway. I was rambling and everyone just kept talking. Is it potato or potato? Technically, let's do both. That Demona statue is gorgeous. It is. This is why do I still have pictures of her? This one? Nope, that's the wrong Demona. I should really relabel all these, or at least just, here we go. God, dang it. Look at that beauty. I'm not buying it. I've been priced out. Yeah. And I'm so totally not complaining. I'm glad the property is healthy enough to sell high-end merch. Like, that's the whole thing, is there will be buyers who can buy this, and people, if you can afford it and it doesn't hurt your bank account to do it, no one go in debt for this, please. Roof over your head, food on the table, much more important. But the collectors that can comfortably buy this, please do. Please do. I'm excited for you guys. You guys can fill me in, or like I made this offer before, y'all buy it, ship it to me, I'll review it, and I'll ship it back. I am totally in favor of this. I just want to review the bloody thing, but no. Or Iron Studios, can you send me Demona? Can you send me Goliath? I will do a whole thing of, if you guys don't want to give it to me for free, let me review it and I'll send it back. It's fine. But yeah, I'm more. That's why I'm more excited for the Mondo one. I'm hoping it's a little bit of a price point. Doubt it, but Transformers has a PG-13 edition thanks to Spike saying, "Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that. Oh shit." My parents took me to see Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom at a drive-in theater. How young were you? I remember the face melting. I open my figures, they deserve to be displayed. The only ones that I'm getting right now, it's the ones that I will not open, are my Funko figures. But that's because I stack them for display. And again, I don't have an actual space for them, so it's like, oh, here's a cubby right now. They're on display in their box, but everything can be displayed because I don't have to stack, them on their heads. They get stacked on their boxes, so far, those are the only ones, other than the NECA figures that I still need to open, but those are for future episodes, videos. I keep calling them episodes. Does anyone care if I call them episodes? I don't know, but yes. Okay, Demona. Woo. I've knocked the mic while recording voices from here a few times. Don't worry. I do it all the time, Greg. This is like, how often is Desi going to hit the mic? Not so much if she's going to hit the mic, it's when she's going to hit the mic. Okay, cool sound effects. Pew pew. Hey, hi, Cons of Summer Dreams. Better late than never. I will always take a better late than never. Not yet. Bedtime is not for another 2 hours. No, that's still too early for me. Remember, I'm mountain time. I'm behind all of y'all. You guys can tell me the future, if anything. Mondo looks at a lot of things and says, hold my beer. Not wrong. Articulated figures, not NECA articulation, but it's there. That's what I could see that at least. So I'm assuming the legs and arms at the, shoulders and hips will be able to move, but that's about it. Mondo, please give. Well, dang, now you're making me feel bad for pre-ordering Demona. I had to work over. No. If you work, no, but see, working overtime for it means you can still afford her. You just had to work a little bit extra. But as long as your bills are paid first, then that I don't want anyone going homeless to collect. I don't even care what you're collecting. Just please, no one go broke over a collection. That's all I ask. We don't need God, remember Beanie Babies? People went broke for those things. Please don't. Well, if Mondo is handing out the Goliath figures, I'll take one too. I mean, yeah, let's do, no. I don't want to get greedy though, Truck. If they're just going to give you one, by all means. Yes, please, Mondo, give Truck one too. But please do give. I want to review. And again with Mondo, if you don't want to give me one, send it to me. I will review it and I will send it back. I'm good with that. It's more, I just want to review. I want to touch the figures and I want to review them. That's it. I don't have to keep them. It's better if I get to keep them, but not a huge thing. While we're on the subject of NECA figures, I sent you photos of my NECA Gargoyles collection on Discord if you want to show them. I take a shot of cerveza every time you hit the microphone. So far, I'm once. I'm really... So yes, I'm not Spanish by blood or whatever. It's literally my mother happened to be born in Argentina. Her parents are Italian. And so I know of the Spanish language. But every, when Eric, in this case, uses words like cerveza, salud, I'm so glad that I can just switch into the proper pronunciation. At least my proper pronunciation. I know each country kind of has their own little fancy way of saying certain words, but it makes me happy to be able to... Essentially, it's a little bit of my practice, because Spanish, even with my mother, it's not a big... We don't speak it a lot, because even she knows. She spent more time speaking Italian to me than the Spanish. So when we're on the phone together, she speaks Italian more readily. Really, the only time I even hear her speak Spanish is when she's talking to her siblings, or the handful of Spanish friends that she has. Oh man, those Iron Studios figures are absolute eye candy me want. We're gonna pop it up again. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Like, look at that. Just that angle alone. Dang. Oh. Somebody help me win the lottery, something. I know I will buy one of everything. Heck, I will buy 2 of everything and give 1 away. That's one thing I actually want. Like, if I had the funds, I would literally just buy 1 of everything and then like hold like a little contest, and just that way people can get something like this. Because how often, like, these things are not in my price range. They will never be on my shelf unless I win the lottery. So it's like, hey, yeah, let me win the lottery, and that way I can also give something to somebody. And also, can we have the de minimis loophole back, please? I have ideas for patrons for this thing, and I can't do it now because the de minimis thing is gone. Can you bring that back, please? If Iron Studio sends you a Demona and Goliath, could you please send them my way when you're done, please? Look, if you want to ogle over them, yes, I will ship out so people can ogle them in person, and then you ship them right back. See, truck's Canadian. I can do that. Canada Post is expensive, but it's doable. I can do that. If Mondo does a Demona, I am in no matter what the price is. Greg, I think you're going to be in trouble. I think you're dropping coin for Mondo. Why is it that Goliath doesn't hit the same, though, from Iron Studios? I'm going to chalk it up to... I don't know. Let's pull up Goliath. Woo! Iron Studios Goliath. I also just realized with the mic in my way while I'm trying to type is I still haven't built my desk. I still haven't switched over. What am I doing? He hits a little different. Yeah, I don't... Okay, let's go to a... Okay, I didn't need the rendering. I want the actual pictures. There we go. No, I want the full picture, but real full picture. They're really big on the feet pics here, aren't they? Okay, I think one of the reasons why it doesn't hit as well, and I just noticed this, other than the close-ups on their website, all the pictures of Goliath, the full figure, are just the renderings. They are not... They're not the actual statue. Now, granted, it's that's the way it looks, but for one thing, that's going to be one reason why it doesn't hit the same. Ha ha ha. Maybe on their Facebook page. We'll give that a look in a second. Yeah, I don't know if it's them waking up or them at sunrise. I want to go with sunrise because nothing's breaking type thing. Like, so they're turning into stone. That's my theory. So let's see if their pictures are better on their Facebook. Oh, that Stitch is adorable. Oh, and they're doing Batman. Oh my god, Iron Studios just wants all my money. Haha, Iron Studios, I have no money. Joke's on you. My god, what aren't they making? They seem to have literally every single license you could think of. It's like they're Funko, but these are actual, like, art pieces. Oh my gosh, they're Megatron. Oh no. Oh, I did not need to see that. Oh, and there's their Flash. Oh my god, what are they doing to me? Oh, and of course they, yeah, Megatron, why wouldn't they have an Optimus? Oh no. My wallet does not weep because there is nothing there to weep for. Yeah, no wonder I can't find their Goliath picture because they're just literally just making everything. Okay, they're Cinderella and they're okay, Belle freaks me out, but their Cinderella is adorable. I don't know why. I hope it's an angle thing, but I really don't like her neck. Belle's neck is like that long. It's not good. It looks like it looks cartoon. Demona looks kind of live action in a way. Yeah, they Megatron. We all in trouble. Dang it, Iron Studios. This is why I also hate Facebook. It's you gotta scroll just to find anything. Do. Ooh, look at all their X-Men. Dang nabbit. There's Goliath. Okay. I am trying... They have an image where he's rotating. I think it's the actual statue. That's rotating and not another, like, a computer-generated image. But also, I can't not, I can't use that. I cannot show you guys that. It's a video that is useless when it comes to streaming. I'll show you that, guys. And there's the TMNT. Oh, God. Kind of glad I haven't won the one. And the Jurassic Park figures. Oh my God. Honestly, what license do they not have at this point? There's Daredevil. Okay, guys, I cannot do anything with your videos of Goliath. Can you give me an image of Goliath? If anyone wants to send me the link, I'm pretty sure YouTube chat here will allow links to be posted. It's just... I'm scrolling back so far, and I'm in July 25th already, and I still have not found just a picture of Goliath. It's always a what is with the necks on these princesses? Guys, it's terrifying. I recommend you do not look. Ooh, Alien and Predator. There we go, Goliath. Here we go. Okay, that is rendered. Did they not take a full... Yeah, no, I think it's... That's the closest we got, I guess. And I'm pretty sure that's not... That should be the actual. We'll save that image. Because that's the best I can find. Apparently that's really the only one that's not computer rendered, because that will always throw it off, I find, with me anyway. So Goliath and source and desktop. Okay. No, there's no Beast Wars. Thankfully there's no Beast Wars. If there was Beast Wars, I'd be a goner. But definitely Transformers. Yeah, that's a big image. Oops. I'm still trying to resize this. Thank you very much. But yeah. So like that's the best. Here, let me size this up. Why won't you let me size it up the other way? Let me size this up again. Not that it looks cartoony, because the upside is on his tail you see the stone cracking, so that gives they're waking up shot, whereas this one kind of looks like they're, from this angle, it looks like they're turning to stone. I don't know, it could be that they just put Demona in just such a way that, I don't know. Thoughts, people. There's the Goliath statue, an actual picture, I believe, versus a computer rendering. The wings on their Goliath are too. That would be it. Dang, Greg, you hit the nail on the head on that with that one. His wings are too small. And that's not a thing of, oh, it's the angle. Because if I flip back, see, that's the thing, they don't have, it's always the same angle that they have pictured. But yeah, no, his wings are too small. They should be, if they're out, unless, they're supposed to be pushed back, but it doesn't help that they don't have very good pictures of them. So you can't tell, so they look tiny. It could be, I'm wondering, you know what, where's my SDCC picture? I have the SDC picture somewhere. This one? See, here they look a little bit bigger. So it is a little bit of the whole, because Goliath is in front of his wings, they look smaller, but they are still too small for him. They should be bigger. They should be. Search bars for me with Facebook, Greg, nope. They never work for me. It hates me. I just oh no, Mike, I'm sorry. You know what, Mike, if you keep an eye on just keep an eye on, I'm not saying join if you don't have an account, so which means not Twitter, but on Facebook and Blue Sky, I'm starting to make the announcement beforehand that I'm going live. So clearly YouTube failed you. Apologies. Well, apologies still, but boo YouTube for that. But also it's always the same time too. So if that helps. Well, now I know what website I'm deep diving after the live stream. Yeah. Yeah. Would Iron Studios accept a slightly used kidney for some of their Gargoyles figures? Only if they can actually get its value on the black market. If not, then probably not. Sorry, Truck. They have a Hawkman figure that's, oh no, I'm not looking that up. No, 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 not a Hawkman. Not a Hawkman. But yeah, they did a beautiful job on Goliath. There's nothing, but yeah, the wings are too small. And because he's going to come up anyway. See, the wings are bigger on Hudson. Maybe with the Mona, though. Oh, here's... It's funny, I don't have the close-up of Demona from SDCC, but let's go back to Demona. Because why not? Can't really tell. No, that's her. They look like they fit her. Yeah, Demona's wings seem to be in proportion. Hudson's wings appear to be in proportion, but this is really the only shot we have. And then Goliath is, they're too small. Hudson's may be on the smaller side. Just a smidge. It just looks wrong. Like, if you look at his sword and where his wing is right above, like it looks pit, but his also curve. We'll have to wait for when Hudson goes up on pre-order to determine size on that one. Where are we in the chat? What y'all been doing while I was searching for pictures? Goliath and Hudson have a toon aesthetic. Demona looks more like a realistic aesthetic. Yeah, I can see that one too. Yeah, because I mean, look at Hudson's beard, and like everything else is very just smooth and, you know, pretty. Where's my, oh yeah. Goliath again, he has the cartoon muscles. Like you can see the muscles there, but he doesn't have abs, but he has pecs. And there should be a little bit more muscle. I know I'm moving my mouse to indicate where I'm talking about. I'm like, they can't see the mouse. But yeah, his arms should have more definition, whereas, all of you go away. And then we go up to Demona. Where's my girl? Where's my girl? Let's do that one. They gave her more abs than Goliath. They gave Demona more abs than Goliath. Like she is obviously, you know, smooth, whatever, but her hair has a lot of stupid detail. Hudson's beard doesn't have that much detail. So yeah, given the whole Demona is a smidge more realistic, yeah. Yeah, there are... That argument can be supported with evidence, 100%. His wings aren't torn enough. I wasn't even paying attention. Bad fan. They're on cartoon par. If you look at the animation, whatever, I would say they're, again, we can't see the other wing, unfortunately. That looks very, very close to his animation style. So essentially they took that and just turned it into statue, not pushing anything in either direction. But see, like, look, Demona, yeah. I'm gesturing again, like it's right in front of me. Her hair has so much more detail than his beard and his hair. The sculptor's heart was in the Demona figure. Definitely. You know what? Demona has her problems, but she's one of my favorites. That's how well developed a character she is. It's all good to love Demona. Just recognize she's a problem. And yes, who here doesn't like Demona? In all honesty. Italian gesture, I'm quarter Italian, right? Hi, Lisa! So, Greg, since you're a quarter or 1/4 Italian, do you also gesture while you're on the phone? Because I do that all the time. I'm on the phone, no one can see me, and I'm gesturing like crazy. It's when people like to, you know, make fun of my hand gestures. I'd be like, oh yeah, here's one you don't know, and do a gesture that is not very nice. But still Italian. So glad Lisa made it. Are the kitties in bed now? Is that why you're finally here? The kitties are finally in bed. I wrote an entire rant about Demona apologists last week on Tumblr. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, so I've because I constantly, you know, write down ideas for videos. Granted, sometimes I really struggle. What the heck should I talk about this week? But do it all the time and on the podcast. Yay. See, the podcast, they can see you. You do a video version. They can see you. Desi knows Italian Sign Language. Yes, that I do. But yes, so I obviously do have a video that I want to do on Demona. Because how do you talk about gargoyles without talking about Demona? Just like I will probably talk about Xanatos and all the, the ones that are apparently confusing to people. That's the nicest way to put it. No, but now that I'm thinking about it, no, I'm not going to talk about the Demona apologist. I'm going to just talk about Demona. That's it. Like, there's no need to bring up the for Tumblr and whatever. And if I decide to do a follow-up or whatever, maybe no, not even a short. Nah. Goliath should have the wingspan of a small airplane. Not wrong. I mean, I don't want to bring down the NECA figure. I was about to bring down the NECA figure, but A, Goliath is still sitting on his ladder, and B, his open wings are in a box. Safe, but they're in a box. He has escaped wings. But yes, his wings should be huge. That said, I need to take off now. I got a prior engagement. Okay, bye, Greg. Thanks for stopping by. It's fun having you. Also, my husband wanted me to watch. How dare? I'm sorry, Lisa. I need to have a talk with your husband. That is not allowed. Husband comes second to this channel. That's how this works. I can't keep a straight face when I say stuff like that. Because it's just, it's fun. And my God, my webcam hates me tonight. There we go. Yes, please donate to my Get Desi a New Webcam fund because I want to break this one. I'm fiddling with the Grimorum again. Pretty sure that snap was heard. But thing is over 10 years old. It needs an update. I don't need top of the line, but I definitely need an update. Definitely need an update. I'm still trying to open this thing. Oh, I'm so scared. Guys, I'm terrified. Am I going to break my Grimorum? I don't want to. Oh my God. Nope, not doing it. Not doing it. That's the most I can open it. That's it. That's all it's coming. That's all it's coming. Oh, funny enough. So before I came live today, I was like, oh, storybook time was so much fun last week. I legit enjoyed it. And I was going, it's a shame that I don't have any of the other Gargoyles books to do like another story time. Probably not today, because for one thing, it's 9 p.m. for most of you. The kiddies have gone to bed, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, yeah, I don't have anything else to read. And then I dug around and I found this. It's the other Golden Books, Gargoyles book. I found it. So, if everyone, not today, obviously, because everyone's kids are going to bed, but if you all are open to it, I am happy to once again, oh my goodness, excuse me, I'm happy to once again do a story time at the beginning of next week's live stream. I'm looking forward to it, actually. I really want to. Even if you guys say no, I'm probably going to do it. That's it. Because it's just like, yes, I forgot I had bought this. I've had it for so long. I don't even want to say so long, just since I moved to Calgary. So 5 years, whatever. But yes. Oh, okay. My saving grace is being used now. Oh, you guys got me again. You guys got me again. The downside of needing to wear glasses, and no, these are not a thing of wanting to look nerdy or whatever. I am legit, like that's gonna prove anything to you guys. I am legit nearsighted. So I gotta leave that open. It is still as hot as when I made it an hour ago. Oh dear. I just burnt myself. So I'm gonna crack this open. I'll let some of that heat out. Oh, okay. Where are we in the chat? The chat went guys, the chat went quiet. What is this? Now I burnt my tongue. Are y'all just enjoying me just hurting myself, essentially? Is that what's happening right now? Just amused at, you know, Desi falling off over herself. Yeah, eyes under there. No, I just borrowed them from a friend, Lisa. They're not mine. Sean, go for your bloody eye exam. Go for your eye exam. And people, even if you don't need glasses, go for an eye exam. I know for Americans it's different. You have the whole BS insurance. Actually, it's the same here. Eye coverage is not covered in Canada unless you are a kid or elderly, because apparently those are the only age groups that get eye problems. But so much can happen behind your eyeballs that you won't even be aware of. So yeah, at least once every 2 years minimum, whatever. But yeah, please. I'm a huge proponent of, look, I know nothing's wrong with you, but make sure you get your checkups. Especially if, again, especially for the Americans, if it's affordable, your insurance covers it, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Please, because preventative is cheaper than trying to fix things after they've gone downhill. Just running a dual screen and building a house in it. Ooh, what game are you building a house in, Batman? There used to be, it wasn't even a game. There was this program, it was on CD-ROM, aging myself, for people who were mostly for landscaping, but you could build the house too to match what you had. But yeah, specifically for landscaping, so you could decide what kind of plant, what kind of tree you wanted on your yard, and then you could put how many years they'll be there. So, you know, you could age the plants by 20 years to see how big they would get over time. I used to play with that thing all the time. I said I was weird, okay, guy? I'm just waiting till the next time you hit the mic. Should we do this thing of every time? I'm not gonna say what the shot should be, but every time I hit the mics, we take a shot. Not we. Well, I can take a shot, but it's gonna be a shot of water. I also need an eye exam. I have the same glasses I wore in 8th grade. Lisa. I'm staring at you, Lisa. Go get it. Go get this done. Granted, I don't care if you're wearing the same, like, frames, as long as, like, the actual lenses are changed. But Lisa, I always borrow my friend's eyes. I'm not very perceptive. Nice one, Cons. Nice. I like that. I'm working my way through season 2, and yeah, Demona's becoming such a wonderfully complex character. Truck, where are you in season 2? I want to know, because I don't want to say anything, but I want to know where you are. Well, also waiting on an update on a Chaos badge. I really want to hit up some artists for commissions. I really do. Do you have a favorite gag from the series? Jalapeno is up there for me. Favorite gag? That's the thing, there's not a lot of gags. I hit something else. Not the mic. Sorry, no shots. That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't remember a lot of gags. Jalapeno is the one that I remember the most. No, you know what? I think one of my favorites is Goliath getting pied. That one might be my favorite. It's cute the way it was done. Like, there was a whole story lead up for that. Like, come on. And I think there's a joke or a story behind the jalapeno actually making it into the show. I need to confirm that. Because part of me is going, yes, I read that, and part of me is going, Did I legit read that or did I make that up? The game you're playing sounds nice. I'm just dealing in pixels. It's Terraria. Okay. Yeah, see, my game was not a game. It was legit just a landscaping thing. It was for... But again, we're talking 19... No. 9 to... Somewhere in the 90s. I can feel you pierce my soul. Oh, good. Good. I'm going to pierce deeper. Go get your eyes checked, woman. Most recently, I played The Forest. That game is intense. There's house building. I have played The Forest. That thing is fun and terrifying. Like, not terrifying as, oh my god, I'm going to have nightmares. But oh my god. I do love that game. I have not played it in forever. Like, legit. It's been a couple years. But yeah, no, The Forest is fun. Creepy, but fun. Wait, did I just quote Lexington? I think I did. Is that what he says? No, weird, but fun. So creepy, but fun. If you do a story time and I have to work, the boss will have to nudge me awake. I told you, Truck. I'm going to call your boss. And at the very least, if there's going to be story time, you have to hear story time and then you get a nap. So that first hour, paid time off, and then you can go to work after that. This is how this is going to work. I just realized that I just realized that I'd have like to ask Greg a question. You know what? I'm sure he'll pop back. Maybe not tonight, obviously, because he said he had a prior engagement. He pops around, and I'm sure Voices of the Eerie might have a contact thing. That's a good... I'm pretty sure. I've never looked into it either. They used to be on YouTube. But they're on Twitter and Blue Sky, I think. Definitely Twitter. Blue Sky, I'm not so sure. So if you need to shoot Greg a question, either wait until next Saturday to see if he pops in or hit them up on Twitter. Brooklyn being snarky, yeah, you and what, Starfleet. Keith David mentioned at Convergence that he was the one that said jalapeno a lot, so Greg put it in after being dared to do it. There you go. I knew it was something. So thank you, Cons of Summer Dreams. I did not imagine it. Where I read it, I don't remember, but yay. Yeah, my dad had glaucoma, so definitely get an eye exam. Everything is getting important to check. I know health stuff is boring, and I don't like to bring it up because people are sometimes finicky about it. But legit, the amount of... I'm going to go worst case scenario on this one. The amount of cancers that people find too late because either they had no symptoms or such like basic symptoms like a cough or a tooth crack or whatever, that, you know, they put it off, and suddenly like they're stage 4 type thing. I know it's a rare thing, but this is why I push people. It's like, look, if you're feeling a little off, please go to the doctor and go get checked, because you never know. My mother had a friend that, no word of a lie, but this was like 5 years ago or so, give or take. Like, yeah, right before the no, more than 5 years. A couple years before the pandemic hit, legit just went to the dentist because a tooth had cracked, and it was one of the front teeth, so it was a big... It's more of a thing of, oh my, what the heck? Like, who cracks a front tooth type thing? And so he went to the dentist. They did whatever scans and blah, blah, blah. And I think it was the dentist, because of the scans that they do, because the brain is as low as like down here. The scans that they did, they found a brain tumor. Luckily, the guy, you know, he went through chemo, whatever stuff and all that stuff. He's alive today. But legit brain cancer, and the only symptom was a broken tooth. That sort of thing. So, and like I said, I know healthcare is wacky in the States, and you have to have proper insurance and doctors in this group, or I know it's a bloody mess, but try. try. My biggest fear, especially now that I'm getting to know you guys and all that stuff, it hurts to hear from anybody going, I was just diagnosed with XYZ. Whatever the case, whatever it is, it sucks. So I want you all to stay healthy. I'm not going to start getting into diet stuff because that's a whole mess. And I don't even eat well. But at least, you know, checkups, blood work, that sort of thing. The jalapeno thing has also been mentioned in Ask Greg as well. Maybe that's where I read it. I don't know. Just finished the first episode of City of Stone. It's gonna get good, Truck. It's gonna get good. No word of it's getting good. You are at the bad, like, you're at the really good episodes right now. My grand aunt complained to several doctors about migraines for years, and they told her it was menopause. It was a tumor the size of a lemon on her brain. Oh, she passed in 3 months. I'm so sorry, Lisa, to hear that. That's another thing. I know it's probably majority dudes in my chat, unsurprising. But for the women in here, or the women in your lives, you're gonna have to harass the doctors. Unfortunately, those of us with uteruses tend to get dismissed. And no word of a lie, in the past, I have exaggerated my symptoms to make sure that I properly get tested. Luckily, nothing has ever been serious, but I have exaggerated. And then they would actually listen. And not the exaggeration of, oh, I'm bleeding from my eyeballs type, nothing thing, but it's like, oh, if I'm a 6 on the pain scale, I'm going to say it's 11 or 12, that sort of thing. I always like when Lisa asks Goliath what he's reading and he says Dostoevsky. Funny enough, I have a couple books by Dostoevsky. I have not read them yet, but I do have 2 books by Dostoevsky, and I blame Gargoyles. And funny enough, I think the first time I stumbled upon a Dostoevsky novel, it was in university. One of the schools in that, because they break it up into the, you know, School of the Arts, School of Kinesiology, that sort of thing. At least they do up in here in Canada. I don't know about the States. But one of the program's libraries was having a book sale, so I'm talking like 50 cents, $1 a book, whatever. And I saw Dostoevsky, and I couldn't remember from where. Wait, had I done my trip then? No, this is, you know, no. Yeah, no, I couldn't remember from where. No, wait, no, high school. Yeah, no, I don't think I'd watched that episode again. But Dostoevsky clicked in. Or it's... I'm not going to try... If I sit here and try to remember, guys, half an hour will pass. No word of a lie. Because my brain is bouncing everywhere trying to figure stuff out, and it never will. I would need a person to go, no, this is how it happened, for my brain to finally put everything in order. But I remember I did just stumble upon Dostoevsky and go, oh, I recognized the name at the very least, whether I had watched the episode by then or not. But Dostoevsky was I recognize the name. Plus, I like saying Dostoevsky. It's a weird thing. I don't know if anyone else does it, but I try to pronounce words as they should be pronounced in their language to a certain degree. I'm never going to be able to get a proper Russian accent or whatever. I have tried. A Russian accent is difficult. You essentially, I can't even speak English today. You essentially have to speak from the back of your throat for a lot of the words. So it is a mess. I'm going to burn myself again in a second. But yeah, so if somebody types something that, like Eric was doing in Spanish, Italian, French, I will try, I naturally just try to say it in the proper accent. People mock me for it. I don't care. Yeah, I'm gonna burn myself if I try this again. proof that it's still really, really hot. At least it'll be ready to go by the time we finish this. At the very least. Not like have to wait half an hour for it to cool down after I'm done. At the, you know, at the very least. Something is yelling at me. Oh, that's what's yelling at me. I have a perfume page, and yeah, that's right at the bottom. My Firefox is kind of yelling at me. I actually think I have a good grasp of how to pronounce things in other languages. It does depend the language, obviously. The romantic versions. Can I be done now? The romantic languages tend to be a little bit easier, at least from my own experience. Because it's essentially you see the word, you pronounce it how it's spelled type thing. English is a mishmash of 20 different languages, and that's why it's a pain even for English as a first language people to have trouble with it. Even German I find kind of easy to pronounce, as long as I understand like how the letters are supposed to be pronounced. German is actually quite simple in a way. Not saying it's the easiest, but the upside is they have a word for everything. It was the denturist that discovered that my mom had a cancerous tumor on her tongue. And this is why I'm gonna get a little bit, no, it's not even a little bit political, but this is why I hate that we don't truly have universal health care here in Canada. Truck's comment, like, right there. Like, Lisa's grand aunt, like, that's a whole other issue too, but it's like, if people can't get to the dentist and they have a tumor on their tongue, like, it wouldn't be until you go to the doctor because there's an issue, and by then, like, how far has it spread? You know, same with eyes, like, that should be covered. To think that special bones don't get coverage and eyes don't get coverage. Almost everything else does. This is... No, I'm not going to go into a rant about that. No, that's not what we're here for. But universal healthcare. That's very important, because then people can find that out and not have cancer just spreading everywhere in their body. It, like, I legit feel pain in my chest when I hear stories of like somebody didn't get the help they required and not necessarily passed away, but you know, they got hurt from it or whatever because they didn't get the help they required. It hurts. It legit hurts. I am very empathetic as a person, and sometimes it sucks because it's like, I don't want to be, I understand, but I don't want to be feeling like this right now. Truck, I hope that your mom's okay. Again, also cancer kind of hits hard for me because of my brother, so it's also a little bit of a combination with that, and that's why I push so hard for people to, like, I don't care that you just have the sniffles. You've had the sniffles for a month. Please go get checked out. That sort of thing. Versus me, who literally has like a runny nose the entire year just because the weather keeps changing for me. Believe me, I've gone to the doctor enough times. Because at least here, it's covered, so I kind of abuse the system. My taxes pay for this. That's the way I see it. If my taxes are paying for me to go see the doctor, I'm going to go see the doctor. I don't want my glasses fogging up. A rare look at Desi without glasses. Enjoy it. Still too hot, but even that little bit helped. Ooh. But yeah, hopefully the last cancer talk, because I know it brings people down, but legit, when I say cancer just kind of pops up stupid, it doesn't give the warnings that you think it would. My brother literally had a limp. He said it was a little bit painful to run. That was the only sign, the only inclination that we had that something was wrong. And because I was so young, I don't even remember how long or how many tests he had to go for to find it. But so yeah, it was a limp. Like who goes, oh yeah, that's clearly this thing is wrong from a limp, you know? Okay, we have brought people down this talk. I'm sorry. I just, yeah, I care about you guys. I even if I don't know you personally, like I don't want to see anybody getting sick or this or that. So yes, but let's move on. Somebody give me something. I'm now I'm coming up blank, empty-handed. Here, I got here. You guys want to see something cool? Yeah, see, gargoyles. Let's do this. Gargoyles. I say gargoyles, and instead I find more Transformer stuff. Oh, pins. Because I did in my digging. Thank you, KO Joe. I wear the glasses because I have to. I have done contacts in the past. Doable. But because my eyes have different prescriptions, it kind of, with contacts, it throws off how I see things, especially a computer screen. So I used them for about a year and then I went, nah, glasses are easier, especially because the problem was, so when it came to conventions especially, and I'm sure you've all been to a convention where you were just so tired at the end of the day that literally essentially you just brushed your teeth and collapsed into bed. A work day, you know, we've all kind of done that exhaustion flop. The problem with contacts was because of the ones that I had to take them out before going to bed. And I always forgot. I would literally be in bed for like a good 10-15 minutes, be like, okay, finally drifting off to sleep, and contacts are still in. I need to get out of bed and dig these things out of my eyeballs. So I stopped with contacts. Glasses are just easier for me. Oh, don't worry, Wes. Again, I always say better late than never. So thank you for showing up. My weekend starts late every Saturday. That's a shame. Do I need to talk to your boss too? Should this be a service I provide, that I get everyone out of work for like 2 hours on a Saturday? Do I need to start doing this? I will do it. I can be very guys, I shut down the principal of my school at like age 17, okay? I shut him down. When I hung up the phone with, it would have been probably harder in person, but I was on the phone with him and I shut him down. I hung up the phone and my mother's just like, who was that? Who is this person in front of me? Where did that come from? Because I grew up very shy and quiet, but I also hated the man. So my eyes are brown. Just regular old run-of-the-mill brown. Nothing. Like Southern Italian, Sicilian, Mick, whatever. But yeah, just dark hair, brown eyes. So yes. So yes, in my digging, when I was looking to see if I had anything else for story time, which will happen next week. Wes, you were here late, so now you know there's going to be another story time. I found these. I found these in my searches. Yet again, another thing I forgot I had. I've collected so much over the years, and I don't want to say so much. I don't have an overwhelming collection, but it's, oh, gargoyles, just nab it. I don't even care what it is. So yeah, very, I know they say $2.49. I did not pay that because I did not buy these brand new. I found them at a Toronto TFCon actually. Of course, I will never use them on my bag because I'm terrified of them getting scratched or losing them. I paid like $5 or $10 for those. Canadian, so not bad. I knew someone in school who dropped their contacts in food coloring overnight. It turned hazel blue. It turned hazel eyes blues, if I recall correctly. I always wanted to do that myself, but my eyes are too dark. That sounds really unsafe for someone's eyes. That's food coloring in your eyeballs. What? But you know what, Batman, in terms of the contacts to change your eye color, I would have to find the picture again. But if you are cool, an Ita bag, okay, while I search, Lisa, are the Ita bags the ones with those are the ones with the window in them, right? I have my friend that I ship stuff to, she has one of those. And I'm like, I keep needing one of these. But hers is a messenger bag, and I cannot stand messenger bags just because I overfill the bag. It becomes heavy, it hurts. Because that's the kind of stupid stuff I do to myself. I'm smart, but I have dumb moments, I promise. No, I want to search. But yes, Batman, if you are cool, they're not that expensive. I've paid like, I think 20 or 30 bucks Canadian. But yeah, so I have dark eyes. They're just brown, but they're dark. But I have gotten colored contacts because I like to be accurate in my cosplays. Oh my god. Okay, let's try this again. Ugh. This is taking way too long for one picture, but I need to zoom in properly and it won't let me zoom in. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it on the screen. Oh yeah, it actually shows up pretty decently. But yeah, I got green contacts from my Fox cosplay and it shows green. Like you can visibly see that there's, here I'll even, like you can visibly see that there's a difference between my eye color and what you can see on my phone. So they're cheap if you actually do want to change your eye color. You just go to like these ones specifically, I think I got from the optometrist. They're non-prescription, but you know they're safe. That's the whole thing. Never put anything in your eyes that isn't safe. You only get 2 eyeballs, and as soon as you lose one, you lose depth perception. Brooklyn pointed that out in the comic. See, I managed to bring this right back to Gargoyles. Yeah, my mom is fine. Okay, good. So glad, Truck. She had to go through a big surgery back in '95, but she's okay. Now she just turned 83 in February. Okay, happy belated birthday to your mother. 83 is no small feat. But yay, I'm so glad she's doing well. So glad. Only thing I'm collecting right now is stickers from the Stranger Things pizzas at Walmart. I have a van, Vecna, a Hellfire Club. That's probably an American thing. I have not seen anything Stranger Things at our local Walmart, so that's kind of cool. Oh, they come in many bag shapes. Okay, good. Maybe I should just get my other friend to make one. They're very handy. Slow-mo dive into chat room while tossing Bronx a piece of turkey. Better late than never. My computer's acting up. That is my fear. Sorry, Logan, that you're going through that. That is legit my fear before I do a live stream. Because first of all, it's not like I'll be able to jump on to say, hey, by the way, my computer's acting up. I could make posts online, but my followings on Facebook and Twitter and Blue Sky aren't huge. If those numbers were closer to my sub numbers, okay, fine. Where was I going with this? But yeah, I purposely do like a shutdown and a restart of my computer a day before or early day of. So if something messes up, it's going to happen with that should hopefully give me enough time to fix if there's ever an issue. Gargoyles question. Was there something you wanted to ask Greg Weisman that you did not get to when you interviewed him? Afterwards, I had 1,000,000,001 questions run through my mind, and as an idiot, I didn't write any of them down, so I currently don't remember any of those things. But it was also a thing of questions I couldn't ask because I knew like what the answer was going to be. a lot of it was NDA stuff that, like, I want to know. It's like, hey, can I shut this down and you'll tell me anyway? No. So, like, there's always something to ask, but I was so nervous before and during my interview with Greg. But Greg's such a cool guy. Like, it is easy to talk to him. It was just my thing of, this guy kind of made my childhood, so oh my god, nervous. So maybe if I get the chance to interview him again, I will, like, maybe I'll put the word out. If I know ahead of time, with good enough time, that I'll 100% get to interview him, I'll probably put out a question out on social media if anyone else has questions. I'm hoping I'm just not as nervous the next. That's why I threw in the question about the pie, because I had been so nervous. I'm like, I need to, yeah, it's the end of the interview, but I need to end this on a funny note. But of course, if you haven't been to Convergence, maybe you don't get that joke. But it was a thing of, I thought this was cute too. I saw the Demigorgon cereal at Food Basics the other day. How long have I not been in the cereal aisle, or just Alberta just suck? I'm gonna go with Alberta just sucks. I lost an aunt last week from smoking related cancer. She was near 70, but I never actually. Oh, Batman, I'm so sorry to hear that. That sucks. I'm really sorry. Cancer bites. Now we know, and knowing is half the battle. Don't put stuff in your ojos. See, I first read that as Ojos. Because it doesn't help that I think there's a restaurant here that's Ojos. Or they call themselves Ojos as a short form. So I saw that and saw Ojos. And then my brain went, oh wait, no, that's Ojos. Evan Star, you made it! Oh my goodness, yay! Hi, Evan Star, you missed a lot. Yeah, you missed a lot. We cured cancer here. We legit cured, no. I need to make that joke because it hurts. Hey, I was 40 minutes late. What happened in the what ifs portion of the stream? Did we? I don't think we ever had a what ifs portion of the stream. The title is stuff I hope to chat about during the live stream, and then we just go off kilter and do whatever the heck we want. That's it. Is Greg Weisman easy to get in contact with? Twitter. He is on Twitter. Or you have Ask Greg, but I don't know how long it takes for questions to get to him via that channel. I've never submitted a question. But he's on Twitter. A couple times a week at least, because every now and then he'll go quiet for a couple days and then you'll see a bunch of retweets and whatever he decides to answer. Twitter. I will forever call it Twitter. I've known it as Twitter since it began. It's Twitter. I don't get mad at me all you want. It's Twitter. Hey, Diego. We are having a blast in here. It is so good to see you. Come join the fun. I remember one of the things we talked about at the gatherings but didn't get the chance to do was 3 of us were going to dress up as him as the 3 Weissmen. Oh my god. Get out, Sean. Just get out. I'm sorry. That's also awesome. Now I kind of want to do this. Oh my god, that's amazing. I was about 40 minutes late as well. Happens. Yeah, that's the thing. That's one reason why I, on a whim actually, decided to make the lives 2 hours long, because sometimes it's just like, oh, something popped up or you got busy with this. And half an hour to 45 minutes is usually the time that people are late-ish, give or take. So I figured, you know, if I make this 2 hours, they still get a good hour of chatting. Smart with dumb moments. Oh, I felt that, yeah. Like, this is why the thing of my mother thinks I'm so, just like so bloody smart because I can answer half the questions on Jeopardy or question half the answers on Jeopardy, whatever. But I can answer them on Jeopardy. And then I'll just have a brain fart and just something stupid. And yeah, so, yeah. I read a lot. That's the thing that makes me smart. It's just I read a lot. Whether my brain remembers it or not is a whole other issue. but I just read. I was a kid who read everything. I still do it. The amount of rabbit holes I've fallen into at 2 o'clock in the morning. I think the backlog for Ask Greg is a few years, if not longer. Yeah, I just remembered it, so hopefully it can happen. Sean, find 2 people, make this happen. We have time, probably, hopefully not 10 years, but... Oh, bye, Matt. Thanks for coming by. But yeah, see, if the Ask Greg is a few years, Twitter. Granted, it's who knows how many notifications he gets for that, but at least it's probably easier for him to just go ignore if it's something stupid or whatever. It's him just going blah 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 blah. You know, I think. I'm pretty sure he runs his own Twitter. Would you estimate that you've beaten over 10 games on the NES and SNES respectively? Over 10. How do you beat an NES game? I don't think I've beaten an NES game. SNES, there's a little more leeway there. But beaten, well, that's the thing. I don't think I played enough NES games that required being beaten. Like one of the games I used to love playing because you could build your own track. Now comes the question of, can I remember the game? I hit the mic, take a shot. Excite Bike. There we go. That came out really fast. But yeah, I used to play things like Excite Bike and stuff. Nothing really... Like I did play Super Mario. Oh, no, Donkey Kong. What's it called? Whatever it was called specifically, because I know certain names changed as they progressed with it. But where you have to... They had the version of you can either play as Mario and try and rescue the princess from Donkey Kong, and then they had... I think you could also play the version where you're Donkey Kong trying to get rid of... Am I making things up again? I asked Greg, what about the pronunciation for Vern? Yes, Evanstar. Yes. Did you ask him on Ask Greg or Twitter? Because otherwise we're going to be here for a decade. Well, the Mario titles are respectively easy and challenging at the same time. What's easier, an NES game or an Atlas? I've never played Atlas, so somebody else is going to have to answer that. I went NES, SNES. Beat an NES game with style, petite with style. Atlas games are not easy. Good to know. Maybe I'll get an answer the next time there is a gathering or converge. I want to bring gatherings back. I really, really do. But I'm in Calgary. There's nothing to do here. I would have to like go back to Toronto. And not even Toronto, because my mother doesn't live in Toronto. I'd have to try and do one there. Or Vancouver, because that's at least closer to me, but I would love to. The current backlog for Ask Greg is 3,137. Just ask him on Twitter. How do you pronounce this? You can type out a pronunciation. Excite Bike. Yes, memory unlocked. I should definitely go. Yeah, go on Twitter. Because that'll be a thing where, again, it's not a question where he has to sit and think. He can just answer. So, yeah, Excite Bike was one of my favorite games on the NES. Because, again, you got to race. You got to build bike courses on that thing. It was a blast. Just lump it with TFCon. There's enough crossover. Don't give me ideas. Don't give me ideas. But I'm going to see. Now, see, now you've got me looking at like Nintendo games. Oh, we have like 10 minutes left. No, I don't want the... Okay, is this one going to... Okay, that's good. Wiki to the rescue. I hope. But it doesn't give me pictures. That's the problem. I need pictures. I won't remember names, essentially. But let's see. Whoops. No, I don't care about your Nintendo Switch. Top 50 games on every Nintendo system? Ah, sure, let's go with that, I guess, in the meantime. Because I had like 50 games, so... Best NES games. Let's see what they got. Let's see what they got. If they don't have pictures, I'm going to be very mad. Because, okay, I'm already getting inklings of... I don't think it was this one, no. Never played Metroid on the NES. Oh yeah, there was the other Gargoyles quest on the NES. Never played it. Okay, this is getting really sad. Why didn't I play any of these? I played some random games, it looks like. Yeah, like, wow, none of these are... Nope, not even that. Duck Hunt. I'm pretty sure we can all say we all played Duck Hunt. Mini gathering at TFCon next year. Do it unofficially. Just like... You know what? Okay, guys. I don't know if we can make it happen for Toronto. Toronto's technically a smaller TFCon. But guys, email TFCon. Keith David has voiced in Transformers. Wonder if we can convince the organizers at TFCon to invite Keith David. That would be awesome. There's our mini gathering. We got a Keith David. Probably an LA one though at that point. DuckTales on the NES was fun. I never played that one. While getting the gathering going again would be nice, it wouldn't be as practical. The largest it was 600 or so at either the 2006 or 2009 gathering. Lemmings on Super NES, okay? Yeah, but that's the thing, Sean. It's also a different period of time. Like when the gatherings were starting, like it was just a different time. 2000, like for me, it was 2001 to 2000 something. Now granted, there was the SLG comics, but not a lot was happening. Right now we have merchandise, and comics. So again, it's another current thing, and now there's more people, hopefully. So again, if you pick the right city, especially like, honestly, the best place to have a gathering to start would be LA, or at least somewhere there on the West Coast, because most of the VAs are local to LA. So in terms of inviting them to a con, it would be, hey, we don't have to pay for transportation. And LA is just a nice big hub. Did you ever play that one game where Donkey Kong went over and saved ... Did you ever play a fan-made 3D game based on Gargoyles? Yes, I did. I don't remember what it was called. I cannot remember if I still have a version of it somewhere. I think it might still be downloadable if you punch in the correct search terms. But it was fun. I never abused this trick, but I did learn that you can point an NES zapper gun at a light bulb and always hit ducks 100% accuracy. Do you know how badly I want to look that up now? Or try that. It also took them years to pay off the debt for the con. See, that's the thing, Sean. You never go into debt doing a con. Yeah, no, that's the one big thing. If you go into debt doing a con. But yeah, there are ways to avoid going into debt. But Keith David voiced, I keep forgetting, because I haven't watched what he was in. So there's currently no text in this page. Thank you, TF Wiki, for failing me. What is this? I would like to know his Transformers thing. Google, why are you failing me so bad right now? I'm just gonna have to go to his... Oh, I also forgot. Okay, so first of all, they finally got one. I want to confirm, though, before I don't care about the film. Where's the bloody game? I do not like. Okay, so on the Nintendo DS, Keith David plays Barricade. I didn't know that. And also Transformers the game for PSP, Barricade again, Keith David. Also for the console, it's him. So yeah, there's that at least. There's that games. Oh right. So Keith David played Grimlock in Earthspark. I haven't seen Earthspark yet, but I do want to see his version of Grimlock. Reawakening. Yeah, I don't remember the name of that Gargoyles game. Reawakenings does sound familiar. Keith David was also Grimlock. Ah! Take a shot. I moved the mic. Oh my god. You know what? It's 9:57. We got the last 3 minutes. Let's just roll this down. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, see, I haven't seen it. Yeah, Earthspark, I know it's meant for the younger viewers and everything, but Keith David. How am I going to say no to Keith David? Plus, couple of the people I have met, some of the VAs on that show, they're absolute delights. So I have to watch it because they're absolute awesome people. And I like watching the work that they do. It's how I support them. Gracias uno más. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, at least y'all get joy out of me knocking the mic. Let's... Yay, I guess. I don't know. Everything. Like I said, it's just one of those days. It's a very, very long day. And hey, you guys didn't destroy my voice. You slacking. You slacking. The voice is not broken as it usually is. What y'all doing? What y'all doing? I'm slightly disappointed. My voice is not destroyed at the end of a live. You guys got to up your game next week. I heard Tarantulas is in the show Earthspark. I believe he is. How do you feel about a Batman Gargoyles crossover? I want it. I want to see the shenanigans that come out of that one. I would love a Batman Gargoyles crossover. I want Gargoyles to crossover with a lot of things. Weirdly enough, I kind of want to see Gargoyles and Flash. Because I Barry Allen Flash, because I know he's a joke. He's got such a wicked sense of humor that I would like to see how that turns out. One more minute, and we're done. To be fair, I was an hour late. Yeah, I blame this on you, Lisa. All me not losing my voice, totally on you. Hashtag thanks, Lisa. And that's because I was hashtag thanks, Evanstar. That's it. It's hashtag thanks, Diamond. Hashtag thanks, Lisa. Hashtag thanks, Evanstar. Those are the 3 new hashtags with the channel. This is how we're going to do things from now on. You guys are good, don't worry. But yes. Isn't there a Marvel DC crossover happening now in comics? Is there? I don't know. God, I wish the Beast Wars VA cast was more prolific in media. At least we have everything Scott McNeil did. Those people have been in everything, and it's a thing of you don't know until you look. It's one of those things. Black Arachnia's voice actress is in everything. She's Venus Terzo. It's just she's not a huge actor, so you never hear about it. The original game was just Gargoyles, and then you have Gargoyles remastered where they took the second. No. For once, Sean, but you guys are amazing. There, take another shot. That was the last mic shake for the night. I'm probably going to knock it out again in a second. It is 10 o'clock for most of you. That means we are done the live stream for this week. Of course, there will be one next week. It will be announced with another character from Gargoyles being potatoed. I'm not going to say whether it's going to be a gargoyle or a human because I haven't even decided yet. It just hits me in the moment and I get to drawing. So it's been a blast again with you guys. That's why I keep coming back, really. It's because this is just fun. So as always, guys, take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves, be kind to one another, and yeah, I'll see you all again next week, and try to not to be late. Like, come on, what is this nonsense? Bye, guys. Have a good night.